Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Prem se bolo Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai. Please take your seats, my dear devotees. So firstly, allow me to take this opportunity and say to each and every one of you, Sabkoi Sitaram. And thank you also very, very much for taking the time to be here with us tonight. My dear devotees, firstly, I must say a very special Sitaram to, of course, my Pitaji, Panikim Ajay Rambally Baba. Thank you so much for all your love, all of your support. A very special welcome to the members of my group, the Dhruva Shakti Kirtan Mandali, and of course the Sankhya television, one of the #1 stations when it comes to promoting, enlightening and increasing awareness of Hinduism locally and internationally. So to Rameshji and your entire team, I say thank you very much for being here. My dear devotees, our Katha tonight is a very simple one. It's a very beautiful one. But first, right where you are, I want all of you to put hands together with me. I want you to close your beautiful eyes and bow heads. And devotees, tonight, right where you are, I ask you to meditate your mind upon that divine form of Shiv Baba. Whatever little obstacles you are facing, whatever little uphill battles you are facing, whatever problems with health you may be facing, whatever problems with finances you may be facing, whatever problems with family you may be facing, tonight, for the little while that you are here, put everything at the feet of Shiv Baba. I ask you, as your eyes are closed and your heads are bowed, to focus upon the sound of my voice. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakote Samaprabha Nirvignam Gurumedeva Sarvakareshu Sarvara Saraswati Namastubhayam Varade Kamarupani Vidyaramham Gareshami Siddhar Bhava Tume Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Deva Maheshwara Gurur Saksha Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha Siddhi Burhi Mrade Devi Bhakti Mukti Mradayani Mandra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Karpura Gauram Karunavataran Sansara Saran Bhujagendra Haran Saravasandam Rirayara Vindhe Bhavam Bhavane Sahitam Namami. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. प्रेम से बोलो शंकर भगवान की जय, Uma Bari Mahadev ki jai. So my dear devotees, right where you are, I ask you for one favor that all of you should be accustomed with by now. Right where you are, loudly and proudly, say Jai for me in the name of Shiv Baba, okay? One voice, one family, loudly and proudly. Prem se bolo Shankar Bhagwan ki. Beautiful. One more time. Prem se bolo Uma Bari Mahadev ki. Beautiful. Clap with me, sing with me as we welcome Shiv Baba tonight. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, hey! Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Bolo! Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, 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 Bolo! Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Vasmangaradaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shurhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. Mandakani Salila Chandana Charchakaya Nandeshwara Brahmara Nanda Maheshwaraya Mandra Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Subhujataya Tasmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Gauri Varnara Vinda Suryaya Dakshaha Dwaranashaya Shri Nilakantaya Vrishvadvachaya Tasmai Shikaraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. Vashishta Kumbuda Bhava Gautamri Munindra Deva Chitra Shekaraya Chandraka Vaishwanara Lochanaya Tasmai Vakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. Yakshaswarupaya Jadadaraya Dinakahastaya Sanatanaya Divyaya Devaya Digambaraya Tasmayakaraya Namah Shivaya Bala! Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya 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 Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya. Loudly and proudly, Prem Sabalo Shankar Bhagwan ki. Beautiful. My dear devotees, I want to begin tonight by asking you something. In this world that we live in, there are many beautiful things that a Dulaha and Dulahin can be blessed with. Many blessings that can enter their life. But there's one thing in particular that stands above the rest. My question is, what is that one thing? What is that one thing that is said to be the most beautiful moment in the life of a Dulaha and a Dulahin? Anybody know? Having a what? Child. Excellent job. It is said, bringing a son or bringing a daughter onto this earth, according to our scriptures, is one of the most sacred, one of the most beautiful things a dulaha and dulahin can experience. C-H-I-L-D. A child, my dear devotees, can bring so much laughter. A child can bring so much joy. A child can bring so much happy moments. A child can make us feel things we may have forgotten. A child can remind us of things that we may have forgotten. And as parents, and as constructive parents, I'm sure that when you see your children, you wish you can instill all the good qualities in them, all the good morals, all the good values in them. But I'll tell you something. There are 5 key things every parent should instill in their son or their daughter. And I'll share what these 5 are. C-H-I-L-D. The C in child tonight, I want you to allow it to stand for the word called compassion. See that word called compassion? When you are fortunate to have your son or daughter, instill compassion in them. The world that we are living in now, compassion is dying. And so much hate, so much envy, so much jealousy, so much negativity is rising. Compassion is diminishing slowly but surely. And the cruelty of the world is infiltrating the hearts and minds of almost everybody. The world itself, sometimes it's designed to make you a hater rather than a lover. To make you a person that becomes very bitter rather than making you a person that is very sweet. And when you can instill compassion in your children, they are not only compassionate to you as their parents, to you as their brothers and their sisters, but they can be compassionate to even an animal. They can be compassionate to a stranger. They can be compassionate to a person who may just want to share something with them, who may just want to get their advice. But when you are not filled with compassion and you are filled with that quality of anger and jealousy and hatred and negativity and that Thomasic way of life, sometimes you forget to give a listening ear to the people around you. And sometimes a person may come to you genuinely needing you to listen to them, genuinely wanting you to hear them. But because you lack compassion, you ignore them. And thus that person can feel lost and feel scared and feel alone. Instill compassion in your children. May they have compassion to the people around them. May they have compassion to the animals around them. May they have compassion to the strangers that may interact with them. Ensure that the cruelty of this world doesn't take the compassion or the goodness that they have away from them. Compassion. The H tonight, allow it to stand for honesty. Instill honesty in your sons and your daughters. Instill them so that their thoughts are honest, their words are honest, and their actions are honest. Meaning when they are talking to you, they don't talk lies, they don't try to manipulate you, they don't try to mamaga you, but they are very open with you. They tell you what it is they want to tell you, and they don't try to hide anything from you. May the thoughts in their mind never have any sort of ulterior motives in them. May they never think that if they do something for somebody, they can get something in return. May they always do everything honestly, without wanting anything in return. May their actions always be so pure and honest that they don't thief, they don't steal, they don't bully, they don't hurt, they don't do anything to bring shame, to bring disgrace. Honesty. Instill the quality of honesty in your children. The I tonight, allow it to stand for independence. As your child grows, as your son and daughter grows, allow them very easily, very gently, very slowly to be able to become independent. Allow them to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. Because you know something? Correct me if I'm wrong, parents. Will you be here forever, yes or no? No, you will not be here forever. One day you will have to leave this world behind, and one day you will leave your children or your grandchildren behind. Make sure that the day you close your eyes, nobody can take advantage of them. Make sure the day that you leave this world behind, they are able to stand on their own 2 feet. Instill independence in them. Teach them to be independent. Teach them to be responsible. Teach them to be accountable. The L in child tonight, allow it to stand for leadership. Ensure that your loved ones, ensure that your sons and your daughters, they're a good leader. They lead by example. They don't lead people astray, but they lead people along the correct pathway. In today's world, there are too many leaders who lead people down the wrong pathway. There are too many people who assume leadership position and they only allow their followers to stray. Instill good qualities in your son or daughter so that they lead by example. They lead and they do what is right, and they take people along the right pathway always. And the D tonight, allow it to stand for devoted. Instill devotion in your child, not devotion to God alone. Instill devotion in your child so that they are devoted to themselves. They are devoted to their school. They are devoted to their education. They are devoted to their job. They are devoted to their parents. They are devoted to their siblings. They are devoted to the animals around them. Instill that quality that they are devoted to the things that may exist around them so that they know to take care of those things around them. And there are many other things you can instill in your child. But you see, when you instill those 5, compassion, honesty, independence, good leadership qualities, and devotion, your child will be on the right pathway to live a life that not only he or she is proud of, but live a life that you as parents, you're also proud of. So my first wish to all of you tonight, your children, because there are many young ones here, parents, instill all the good qualities in them, but make sure you instill those 5: compassion, honesty, independence, leadership, and devotion. And our Katha tonight, it speaks about a father who craved for a son. A father who wanted a son to play with, who wanted a son who would carry on his name. However, I'm going to show you the chaos that took place in the life of this father, in the life of his Dulahin, and the role Shiv Baba played in their lives. As we enter our scriptures, we glorify Hari. Bam bam bola, bam bam bola. Bam bam bola, bam bam bola. Shiva 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 Shiva. Bam bam bola. Hara 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 hara. Bam bam bola. 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 Bola. Bam bam bola, bam bam bola, bam bam bola, bam bam bola. Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Bholenath Umapate Shambho Shankar Pashupate. 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 Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Bam bam bola. Bam bam bola bola. Bam bam bola bola. Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Bholenath Umapate Shambho Shankar Pashupate. 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 Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Bam bam bola, bam bam bola, bam bam bola bola, bam bam bola bola. Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Shiva 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 bam bam bola. Hara 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 bam bam bola. Bholenath Umapate Shambho Shankar Pashupate 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 Shiva 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 Har 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 Shiva 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 Har 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 Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Bola Bam Bam Bola Bola Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Shiva 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 Bam Bam Bola Har 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 Bam Bam Bola Shiva 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 Bam Bam Bola Har 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 Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Bam Bam Bola Bola Bam Bam Bola Bola Bam Bam 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 Bola Shiva 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 Bam Bam Bola Hara 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 Bam Bam Bola loudly and proudly Prem se bolo Shankar Bhagwan ki. So it is said once there was this Brahmin by the name of Sudharma, and Sudharma, he had a very beautiful dulahin by the name of Sudeha. And Sudharma and Sudeha, they were bhaktas, devotees of Lord Shiva. Every single day, they would worship Lord Shiva. It is said Sudharma, when he would wake up in the morning, he would seek the blessings of Surya. And once he saw the blessings of Surya, he would do worship to Shiv Baba in any different form that he knew. It is said from time to time, he would teach his students, his followers, about the greatness of Shiv Baba, about the glories of Shiv Baba, the power of Shiv Baba. And every day that went by, together with his dulahin, they would offer every bit of love, every bit of devotion. All their thoughts, their words, their actions would be dedicated to Shiv Baba. It is said Sudharma, he was very well learnt, he was very brilliant, he was very humble, and he was very much respected by everyone around him. And Sudharma and Sudeha, my dear devotees, even though they lived a very happy life with one another, the one thing they lacked was that child. It is said Sudeha, she was unable to bring a child into this world. No matter how much they tried, she couldn't. She couldn't. And every single day, that used to worry her. Every single day, that used to be like a burden to her. And she would wonder why. She would wonder what she did wrong, that she can't bring a child onto this earth. She can't experience the joy of a child together with her dulaha. And the worries would worsen as the days went by and as she got older. And Sudharma, my dear devotees, even though he couldn't feel the joy and feel the love of a child, he never studied it. He never once took out any bit of anger and any bit of frustration onto his dulahin. He loved her every single day. He adored her every single day. And whenever she would worry, whenever she would overthink, and she would start to become a little restless, she would start to grieve and yearn for that child, he would look at her and he would keep her very calm. And he would say, if it's meant to be, it will happen. If it's meant to be, it will happen. And he would comfort her as best as he could. He would bring reassurance to her as best as he could. But, devotees, as the days went on, as time went on, she continued to become more and more restless. And the worries started to fill her mind, the doubt started to fill her mind, the unhappiness started to fill her mind. And Sudharma, he continued to remain very calm and continued to keep her very, very calm. But the worries grew and worries grew and worries grew. And she should always go to him and tell him, find a way, find some sort of job, find some sort of puja that we can do to Shiv Baba, that one day he will bless us with a child. One day we will experience the greatest, most beautiful blessing of having a child. And Sudharma, he would just look at her and continue to tell her, when the time is right, it will happen. If it's meant to be, okay. If it's not meant to be, okay. Devotees, I want to pause here and I want to tell you something. In life, not everything will go according to plan. There are many things you and I want to achieve. There are many things you and I want to accomplish. But sometimes it's just not going to happen. And the more you worry about it, it's not going to change anything. Worrying about it will only bring you more sadness. Worrying about it will only bring you more frustration. Worrying about it will only bring you more pain. And as every day went by, Sudeha, she would worry and she would worry and she would worry. And Sudharma would try his best to keep her very calm. Try his best to reassure her that everything will be okay. But sometimes the worry would get the better of her. And I want to ask you something. Be honest with me. How many of you sitting here tonight, you worry about sometimes the littlest of things? Raise your hand. I will raise my hand because I do. We all do. We all do. And there are three types of worries. The first one is called the worry of yesterday. The worry of yesterday is when you are present today and you are worrying about something that already happened. You are worrying about something that you cannot go back and change. You are worrying about something that already took place. And many of us, my dear devotees, we are in the present moment worrying about things from the past. We are living in the present moment very sad because our mind is still stuck in the past. I'll tell you this, what has happened has happened. You can't change it. What you can do is learn from it and ensure that you don't make those mistakes again. So the worry of yesterday is a worry that all of us have. Sometimes we'll sit and we'll study things from about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and we'll say, if I had done this differently, if I had said this instead, if I had acted this way instead, things would have been different. No. Don't waste your present moment worrying about the things that you cannot change. The worry of yesterday. The second type of worry is called the current worry. The current worry is the worry of today. That is when you have things to do and rather than do it, you are worrying about it. You have the ability to change it. You have the ability to influence it. So there's no need to worry. You have the power to make sure that you succeed in what it is you're doing. Example, if you have an exam coming up, don't worry if you will pass it. Study so that you will reassure yourself that you will pass it. Worrying about it in the present moment is a worry that sometimes we all endure. Sometimes we are worrying about the things that we are going to go to do tonight. Sometimes we'll worry about the things that we are going to do in a few minutes. But no, live in the moment itself and do what it is you have to do now so that later you are able to be worry-free. And the third type of worry is called the worry of tomorrow. The worry of tomorrow is where you are worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. You are worrying about something that may not even happen at all. You are worrying about something that may happen years from now. Example, if you're scared of dying, you spend today worrying about what is going to happen when you die. You spend today worrying about what is going to happen to your children when you die. You can't control that. You can't control that. Therefore, there's no need to worry about it. Live in the present moment. And Sudeha, she was worrying about the future. She is worrying about what would happen to her husband, what would happen to her when they die, who would perform their rituals, who will do their worship, what will happen to the wealth, what will happen to the jewels, what will happen to their home. And she was worrying about tomorrow, today. My next reminder to all of you, live in the present moment. Worrying about yesterday, worrying about tomorrow is not going to help you. It's only going to take away your joy from the present. It's only going to take away your happiness from now. Just leave everything in God's hands. Let He do the one. Let He be the one to guide you through whatever little problems. Sudeha, worrying about the problems of tomorrow, her husband looked at her and he said, don't. Stop worrying. Stop overthinking. Just trust in Shiv Baba. Just trust in His prayer. Just trust in His grace, His kripa. And Sudeha, my dear devotees, she felt very much safe with her husband. She felt very much comfortable that he was able to reassure her. And can I ask you something? How many of you in this world today, when you have a little doubt in your mind, you have your significant other who will look at you and keep you calm? You have somebody in your life who will tell you, hey, listen, everything is going to be okay. Sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes all we need is one person to look at us and say, hey, listen, stop worrying. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Sometimes when you're overthinking, when you're becoming very frustrated, you need a person who's very calm to keep you grounded, to keep you present in the moment so that you don't stray and don't waste away the time that you have with each other. And that was Sudharma. He was keeping her very calm, keeping her very safe. She felt very comfortable. She felt very lucky to have him in her life. And one day, my dear devotees, Sudeha, she was invited by the ladies of the village for a little get-together. And she went, and having little laughs, having fun with all the ladies there, conversations were going really well. And suddenly, the conversation started to become a little bitter. The conversation started to become a little toxic, a little hurtful, a little negative. And these ladies, they are talking amongst themselves and they're saying, listen, when we die, our sons will perform our rites. When we die, our sons and our daughters, they will get our home, they will get our wealth, they will get our jewels. But Sudeha, when you die, you will have nobody to get anything. And those words shattered Sudeha. They said, Sudeha, we have our children who will perform our rites. You have nobody. We have our children who will accept our home when we are no longer here. Your home will be accepted by the state. The king will take your home from you. We have our children who will take our money and live their lives and carry on our good name. You have nobody. You have nobody. And Sudeha, my dear devotees, hearing the words of these ladies, it shattered her. It broke her. And suddenly, she started to allow those words to infiltrate her mind. And she started to become very restless. She started to become very frustrated. She started to become very unhappy once more. I'll tell you something. Outside energies have a really dirty way of infiltrating something that is very peaceful and positive and pure. Negative energies are very much real in today's world. Very, very much real. And those negative energies, my dear devotees, they are just waiting to enter the doors of your peaceful life. They're just waiting to enter the home of your happy life. And so many of times, you and I as people, we entertain the outside noise and we allow that outside noise to disrupt our home. We allow that outside noise to disrupt our love. We allow that outside noise to disrupt our family, to disrupt our peace, to disrupt our joy, to disrupt our happiness. And I'll tell you something, my dear devotees, the moment you allow what is happening on the outside to enter between you and your loved one, prepare for destruction. Because the moment the outside energies come in, those outside energies will come to destroy, will come to wreak nothing but havoc, nothing but chaos. Be so sure in who you are, be so sure in the people around you that you don't have to allow any outside energies to take away your happiness and take away your peace. My next reminder to all of you sitting here tonight, never allow the outside noise to infiltrate the peace that you have built for yourself. Never allow the outside noise to infiltrate the relationships that you have built and forged with your loved ones. Once that outside noise comes, destruction will come. And I'll break it down very simple for all the little children I'm seeing here. Because many of times, children, you allow what your friends say to change your attitude. You allow what your friends say to change the way you look at your parents. You allow what your friends say to change how you talk. You allow what your friends say to change how you study. You allow what your friends say to change what you do. And I'll break it down very simple. There were these two frogs. These two frogs were best friends. And one day, they were hopping along with all the other frogs. And while hopping, they ended up falling into a little hole. And when they fell into that little hole, the other frogs, they stood outside. And instead of trying to motivate them or find a way to bring them out, the frog said, listen, you cannot jump out of that hole. That hole is so deep, jumping out of that hole is wasting time. You might as well stay there and just die. Don't try to jump. Don't waste your effort. Don't waste your energy. Just remain there and die. And those frogs, they stood outside the hole looking at the two frogs inside. And you know what the two frogs were doing? The two frogs were jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping, trying their very best to jump out. And the more they tried to jump out of that hole was the more the frogs on the outside condemned them and belittled them and tried to stop them. And finally, one of the frog, he looked at his friend and he said, listen, they are correct. We cannot jump out of this hole. We might as well just stay here and die. He looked at his other friend and he said, no, I will keep on jumping, I will keep on trying, I will keep on making the effort. And the more that other frog jumped and jumped and jumped, it was the more the other frogs told him not to. His friend who was in that hole gave up trying, but he kept on, he kept on, he kept on, he kept on, and eventually he jumped out. And when he jumped out, my dear devotees, all the other frogs looked at him and they said, hey, why did you jump out? Didn't you hear us? Didn't you hear us telling you it's not making sense? Didn't you hear us telling you stop wasting your energy? He looked at them and he said, no, the hole was so deep I wasn't hearing you. I was seeing your mouths moving. I thought you all were inspiring me. I thought you all were motivating me to jump out. So I jumped out. He fully well knew what they were doing, but he told them he saw their mouths moving as inspiration, indicating to you and I, never allow the outside energy to stop you from being who you are born to be. Never allow the influences on the outside to disrupt your peace and your happiness. Every single one of us, we have a purpose in this world. We have our karmas to work out. What I will achieve, you will not achieve. What you will achieve, you will not achieve. Don't be envious of another person's success. Don't be bashful and boastful in front of another person, because they will have blessings that you can only imagine and dream of. And Sudeha, she failed to acknowledge that. She failed to realize that she was allowing their energies to infiltrate her. Listen to what takes place. Hari Om, Hari Om, Tat Sat, 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 Hari Om. O Karpura Gauram, O Karunavataram, O Sansara Saram, O Bhujagendra Haram, O Sada Vasantam, O Hridayaravinda, O Bhavam Bhavani, O Sahitam Namami. Hari Om, Tat Sat, Hari Om, Tat Sat, Hari Om, Tat Sat, Hari Om. O Karpura Gauram, O Karunavataram, O Sansara Saram, O Bhujagendra Haram, O Sada Vasantam, O Hridayaravinda, O Bhavam Bhavani, O Sahitam Namami. Hari Om, Tat Sat, 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 Hari Om, Tat Sat. O Karpura Gauram, O Karunavataram, O Sansara Saram, O Bhujagendra Haram, O Sada Vasantam, O Hridayaravinda, O Bhavam Bhavani, O Sahitam Namami. Hari Om, Tat Sat, 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 Hari Om, Tat Sat. Loudly and proudly, Shankar Bhagwan ki. Beautiful. So, hearing those words and allowing their negative words to infiltrate her mind, she came back home in tears. She came back home so shattered and so broken, crying to Sudharma. And Sudharma, looking at her, she told him, they are making fun of us. They are laughing at us because I cannot bring a child onto this earth. Why am I so unlucky? Why did this have to happen to us? She said, you have all this knowledge, you have all the Vedas, the scriptures, the Puranas. find a way, find some sort of devotion we can do to bring a child onto this earth. And Sudharma, he looked at her, and even though he kept on telling her, stop the overthinking, stop worrying, stop doubting, if it happens, it happens, if it doesn't, it's okay. He said, all right. He said, these two flowers that I have here, I'm going to choose one flower. And the flower that I choose, I'm going to say, this flower, if you choose it, will bring us children. So if you and I choose the exact same flower, we'll try our best to find a way to conceive a child. But if the flower you choose is different from the flower I chose, then it's not meant to be, and you will let it go. So she said, okay. So Sudharma, he looked at the two flowers, and he said the one on the right hand side in his mind, he said the one on the right hand side, if she picks that one, it will mean she also picked the one I choose, which means I will find a way for us to conceive children. I will find a way and do my research to bring a child onto this earth. But if she chooses the one on the left hand side, it just proves that we are not meant to have this child. So he took the both flowers and offered it into the fire. He chose the right one, the right hand side one, and he looked at his dullahin and he said, tell me, which one did I choose? Choose one, and if you chose the same one that I chose, we'll find a way to conceive a child. So she was very, very happy, and she meditated her mind on Shiv Baba, and she said, Shiv Baba, bless me that I choose the correct flower. And going up to that fire, she took her hand and she took the flower on the left. And when she took the flower on the left, Sudharma, he smiled and he said, indeed, what has to happen will happen. We are not meant to have this child. We are not meant to have this child. And Sudeha, absolutely shattered, absolutely broken, she looked at him and she understood that even though he never pressured her, even though he was never frustrated that she couldn't bring a child onto this earth, he wanted a son. He wanted a son. They both wanted a child who will love them and live on after they are gone, who will carry on their name, their lineage. So she looked at him and she said, Sudharma, I have an idea. You and I, let us go to my sister, Gushma. And let us ask Gushma to do worship with us. Let us ask Gushma to do penance and tapasya with us. And let us ask Gushma if we pray for her and if Shiv Baba wants it to happen, if she will bring a child onto this earth for us. Let's go to Gushma and let's ask her to do worship to Shiv Baba, and let's ask Shiv Baba to bless her with a child. And let's ask her, when that child is born, if she would allow us to raise that child as our own. And Sudharma, listening to the words of Sudeha, he says, okay, let's go to Gushma. Let's ask Gushma if she will do this puja with us. Let's ask Gushma if she will worship Shiv Baba with us. And if Shiv Baba blesses her with a child, if she will allow you and I to raise the child. As a matter of fact, let the three of us raise this child together. However, Sudeha, if I do this with you, and if your sister agrees, and if Shiv Baba blesses her with that child, you need to promise me something. Sudeha said, what? What do you want me to promise you? He said, if your sister does have that child by the blessings and the puja that we are going to offer to Shiv Baba, and that child is born from her womb, do not become jealous of her and the child. That was the wish of Sudharma. He said, because the child is not going to be born from your womb, by the grace of Shiva, he will bring that child in the womb of your sister. Promise me, if she does give birth to that child, and if she allows us to raise that child together, the three of us, promise me you will not get jealous of her. Sudeha, she looked at Sudharma and she said, I promise you, I will never get jealous of my sister. If that child is born from her womb, and if she blesses us with that child and we raise that child together, I will never get jealous of her. How can I get jealous of my own sister? Sudharma said, very well. We will go and we will ask her. And going to Gushma, my dear devotees, they ask her if she will perform puja with them, and if by the blessings of Shiv Baba she does have that child, if they will raise that child together. And Gushma, looking at Sudharma, looking at Sudeha, she said yes. She said, I will do that puja with you, I will do that penance with you, I will do that worship with you, and if Shiv Baba blesses me with that child will call you Ma, that child will call you as Pa. It is said, Sudeha, hearing the words of Gushma, she was so overjoyed. Listen to what takes place. Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Jai Jai Shiva Shambho. Bolo! Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Jai Jai Shiva Shambho,
Jai Jai Shiva Shambho,
Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Jai Jai Shiva Shambho. Bolo! Jai Jai Shiva Shambho,
Jai Jai Shiva Shambho,
Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, 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 Jai Jai
Shiva Shambho,
Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Bolo re! Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, 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 Jai Jai Shiva Shambho. Loudly and proudly, Shankar Bhagwan ki. Beautiful. So, together they came and they started to worship Shiv Baba. Sudharma, Sudha and Gushma started to offer every bit of love, every bit of devotion to Shiv Baba. Their words, their thoughts, their actions dedicated to Shiv Baba. And you know what Gushma started to do? Gushma, my dear devotee, so wanting to make sure that she brings a child into this world for her sister and for Sudharma. She decided that she would sit on the banks of that lake where they pray every day. And she would take the dirt from the ground and she would make 101 lingams of Shiv Baba. And every day when she would make that 101 lingams, she would worship each lingam individually. She would offer her water, she would offer her flowers, she would offer the chandan, she would offer the kumkum, she would offer the mala, she would offer the incense, everything she would offer onto those 101 forms of that lingam. And when she would finish worshipping each form, she would take one lingam and she would offer it into the lake. Then she would go back to the other lingam and offer it into the lake. The third lingam and offer it into the lake, chanting the names of Shiv Baba. So much so was her dedication, so much so was her devotion, so much so was her love for her sister. And it is said, my dear devotees, as time went along, by the grace of Lord Shiva, by the blessings of Lord Shiva, Gushma, she became pregnant. And when she became pregnant and she informed Sudharma and Sudha, it is said so much joy filled their hearts, so much joy filled their lives. They took care of her. Sudha, she worshipped that sister of hers. She loved her sister, nurtured her sister, making sure that everything was in place for the birth of this child. So much love, so much unity, so much togetherness, so much harmony in their relationship, in their family. It is said on the auspicious time, on the auspicious day, at the auspicious moment, it is said Gushma, she gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. It is said the moment this child was born, there was so much joy, there was so much happiness, there was so much love in the atmosphere. Tears of joy ran from the eyes of Sudeha, ran from the eyes of Sudharma, ran from the eyes of Gushma, ran from the eyes of the people in that village. Everyone was so happy that finally this child was born, this child who would now call Sudharma and Sudeha Ma and Pa. It is said, my dear friends, when that child was born, the joy was endless, the happiness was endless, the prosperity that that child brought couldn't be matched. And Sudharma, he was filled with absolute joy and absolute pride that now he had somebody who he can play with, who he can teach, who he can guide, who he can instill all of the good things I mentioned to you in the beginning. A child who he can instill compassion in, a child who he can instill honesty in, a child who he can instill independence in, a child who he can instill leadership in, a child who he can instill devotion in. He was very, very happy. And devotees, as the news started to spread, people from the village started to come to get a glimpse of this child. And the moment one by one people started to come, they all looked at Gushma and they said, Gushma, look how fortunate you are that you brought a child onto this earth. This child is indeed blessed to come from your womb, to come from the blessings of Shiv Baba. Consider yourself fortunate. And the moment everybody started to surround Gushma, everybody started to praise Gushma, what do you think started to happen to Sudeha? A little jealousy, baby, excellent. A little jealousy, very slight jealousy started to creep in. She promised Sudharma that she will not get jealous when that child is born from the womb of Gushma. But seeing everybody loving Gushma, seeing everybody loving that child, and seeing people referring to that child as the son of Gushma, it broke her heart a bit. And a little jealousy started to enter into her heart for Gushma. She started to envy her a little bit. Envy that she was fortunate enough, blessed enough to bring a child onto this earth. A little bit of jealousy started to creep in. And devotees, she held on to that jealousy. And as that child grew, she loved that child as best as she could. She played with that child as best as she could. That child referred to her as Ma. That child gave her every bit of love she could have ever wished for. That child was everything she could have ever dreamt of. But as the child grew up and the child arrived as a young man, arrived at that age for marriage, it is said everyone started to flood around Gushma again. Everyone started to flood around that child looking for a good dulahin for him. And again, the jealousy of Sudeha started to creep in, because now everyone was referring to get married to the son of Gushma, the son of Gushma, the child who was blessed by Shiv Baba, who was born from the womb of Gushma. And again, that jealousy, that bitterness that was always there from the time the child was born started to grow a little bit more. And it is said, when the wedding date was set and the auspicious time came for that child to get married, poor Gushma had no idea that her sister was harboring a little jealousy, a little hate, a little envy. Gushma went up to her sister and said, Didi, look how fortunate you are. You have been blessed with this beautiful child who calls you Ma, and now this child, he's going to bring a daughter-in-law into your home. You're going to have your own daughter-in-law, you're going to have your son, and he will bring grandchildren to you. And even though Gushma said such sweet words to Sudeha, she couldn't let go of her bitterness that that child, as much as that child called her Ma, was not born from her womb. Devotees, as that child got married, and as that child brought that daughter-in-law into their home, the envy, the jealousy started to grow more as celebrations throughout that entire village took place. And again, nobody was acknowledging the child as Sudeha's child. The child was always being acknowledged as Gushma's child. And that envy and that jealousy grew so much that Gushma had no idea, but Sudeha, filled with nothing but resentment to her sister. Gushma continued to love her sister, but Sudeha started to become a very much bitter individual towards her. And now, not only was she being bitter to Gushma, but she was now being bitter to that same child that calls her Ma. I want to pause here and I want to tell you something. Jealousy is real. Jealousy is very, very real. Sudharma made her promise, when you get this child, if this child is to be born, do not get jealous of your sister, as she's the one to bring that child from her womb. And she promised him that she will not get jealous, but now she's breaking that promise. Jealousy is entering her. Devotees, jealousy is very much real. And there are two types of jealousy: unfamiliar jealousy and familiar jealousy. Unfamiliar jealousy is the jealousy that comes from the people who do not know you. Unfamiliar jealousy is the jealousy that comes from the people who have not seen your struggle, who they haven't seen how hard you had to work, the effort, the energy, the sacrifice, the compromise that you have made to be where you are today. Unfamiliar jealousy comes from the people who just see you in the sunlight, see you in your limelight, see you in your days of glory, but not think how much effort you put to be there. And they jealous your happiness, they jealous your success, they jealous your aura, they jealous your happiness, they jealous your glow, they jealous your shine. And I'll tell you this, familiar jealousy is the absolute opposite. Familiar jealousy doesn't come from the people who don't know you. Familiar jealousy doesn't come from the people who didn't see how hard you worked. Familiar jealousy, who does it come from? It comes from the people who know you. It comes from the people who saw your struggle. It comes from the people who would have seen you in your bad times, who would have seen you when you had nothing, who would have known the amount of effort you took to be where you are today. And they will still become jealousful of that. And familiar jealousy is very prevalent in today's world. Can I tell you something? Don't answer me. There are many families in the world today that have siblings who don't like the other sibling. There are many siblings who are jealous of the other sibling's success. There are many cousins who are jealous of the other's success. There are many aunts and uncles who are jealous of their niece and their nephew's success. There are many sisters who are jealous of their sister's success. There are many brothers who are jealous of their brother's success. That is the world we live in today. And if your own doesn't support you, something is very much wrong. Something is very, very, very much wrong. And devotees, when you are shining like a star, that is when people will try to dim your light. And when you are shining like a star, that is when sometimes your own family, the people with your same last name, try to dim your light. Be very careful of the people around you. Be very careful of the people who you call your friends and your family. Sometimes a stranger may love you more than somebody with your name, with your surname, with the same life you live, with the same upbringing. And this was Sudeha. Sudeha understood the struggles of her sister. She understood the love that her sister had. She understood the penance that her sister did. But she was still being very much jealousful, very much spiteful. And Sudeha, my dear devotees, she arrived to at a point after that child got married, and she said, you know what? I have spent so long crying. I've spent so long craving for a son, and I never got that child. Yes, Gushma brought this child onto this earth, but this child is not mine. This child is hers. I have never seen my sister in pain and sadness, but I have been in pain and sadness. And Sudeha decided at that point in time that she would bring sadness to her sister's life. She decided at that point in time she would bring pain and suffering to her sister's life. She decided at that point in time she would do something so cruel that would absolutely shatter her sister. Listen to what she's about to do as we are coming close to the end of our katha tonight. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om 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 Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. My dear devotees, it is said one night, Sudeha, unable to bear the pain, unable to bear the sadness, it is said she decided she would put an end to that sadness. She decided she would make sure that her sister understands sadness. She decided that she would bring pain and suffering to her sister. It is said one night, Sudeha, waking up from her nap, she looks at Sudharma and she doesn't say anything. She doesn't tell him anything, but she gets up and she takes a blade. It is said the moment she takes that blade, Sudeha, filled with jealousy, filled with hate, filled with envy, she takes that blade and she goes into the room where the son and his Dulahin, they are sleeping. It is said, seeing the peacefulness on this child, knowing fully well that this child calls her Ma, knowing fully well that this child has brought nothing but joy to Sudharma, knowing fully well that this child came by the grace of Lord Shiva. It is said, Sudeha, filled with so much animosity, filled with so much hatred, she takes that blade. And the moment she takes that blade, she goes to where that child, that young son, is sleeping. And she takes her hand and she covers the mouth of that child. The moment she covers the mouth of that child, my dear devotees, Sudeha, without hesitation, without remorse, she takes that blade and she takes the life of that child. She takes the life of that child who calls her Ma. And not only did she take the life of that child, but she disfigured the body of that child. It is said, Sudeha, committing such a sinful act, she felt no remorse, she felt no sadness, but she felt joy, she felt peace, knowing now that when Gushma wakes up in the morning, she will see the body of this child lying lifeless. She will see that this child who she prayed for, this child who she brought from her own womb, has no life, has no breath in him anymore. It is said, Sudeha, taking pieces of the body of that child, she goes to the lake where they would do worship. She goes to the lake where Gushma would offer the lingam after lingam after lingam. And Sudeha, feeling nothing but joy, feeling nothing but happiness, feeling no remorse, no sadness, she takes pieces of that body of that child and she goes into that lake where they would do their worship to Shiv Baba, and she placed pieces of the body of that child into that lake. It is at the moment the body of that child was placed in that lake, pieces of the body of that child was placed into that lake where Shiv Baba was worshipped. It is said Shiv Baba, he was never allowing what took place to remain. He was never allowing the sadness that Gushma was about to be filled with to ever find its way to her. Shiv Baba at that point in time, he was going to make Sudeha play. She was going to make Sudeha feel some sort of remorse. He was going to make Sudeha feel regret and ask for forgiveness. Listen to what takes place, my dear devotees. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. My dear devotees, Shiv Baba making himself that promise that Sudeha will pray. She will, as we say, be punished for her wrong actions. She will pay the price for her sinful actions. He promised himself at that point in time that Gushma will not feel any pain, but Gushma will be okay. It is said when the morning came, it is said the Dolohin of that child, when she woke up and she looked next to her, she saw blood on that bed. She saw the body disfigured and she started to scream. It is said the moment she started to scream, she rushed to Sudeha and she said, Ma, something very terrible has happened. Something very sad has happened. And taking the hands of Sudeha, she took Sudeha to the room where that child was. Sudeha, fully aware of what she did, Sudeha started to pretend. Sudeha started to act like she did nothing. It is said the moment that child began to scream and Sudeha entered that room, Gushma had already woken up and Gushma was doing puja to Shiv Baba. Gushma, hearing the scream of that child, she knew something was wrong. She knew something happened, but she did not stop her puja. She did not stop her devotion. Sudharma, who was sitting there and performing puja as well, he didn't allow that scream to break his concentration, but he continued to pray. It is that Gushma, creating 101 lingams, performing the puja. Before she placed those lingams into the water of that lake, she got up to see what was happening. She got up to see what that scream was about. And the moment Gushma entered the room of her son, she saw Sudeha and she saw the daughter-in-law in tears. She saw them crying and she saw the body of a child lying lifeless, lying disfigured. It is said Gushma stood by that door, absolutely broken, absolutely shattered. However, Sudeha looked at her, looking to see if she would cry, looking to see tears, looking to see pain. But Gushma, she held herself together. She remained composed, and even though her child was lying lifeless, it is said Gushma composed herself and immediately took her mind, took her thoughts upon the feet of Shiv Baba. She said, Oh Shiv Baba, only you know what has taken place. Only you know what sinful act was committed. Shiv Baba, my son was brought to me by you. My son was brought to Sudeha and Sudharma by you. And if you have taken him away, you know why. And she started to pray. She started to seek the blessings of Shiv Baba. No tears falling from her eyes. Sudeha, looking at Gushma, couldn't understand how can Gushma remain so composed in such a moment of sadness. It is said Gushma, she rushed back to the lingams and she took up the first lingam and she offered it into that lake, asking Shiv Baba to bring solace, asking Shiv Baba to bring guidance, asking Shiv Baba to bring sort of blessings into her life and bring some sort of guide, bring some sort of shield, bring some sort of protection from whatever sinful acts were committed. It is said the moment Gushma took up that first lingam and she placed it in that water, my dear devotees, it is said from the heavens a light emerged. And the moment that light emerged, it is said Gushma, she opened her eyes after placing that lingam. The moment she opened her eyes, seeing that light in front of her, it is said she saw the Trishul of Shiv Baba. Seeing the Trishul of Shiv Baba, she saw her son standing behind that Trishul. Seeing her son standing behind that Trishul, she saw Shiv Baba standing behind him. As the heavens they burst open, the Devtas showered flowers, the sounds of musical instruments started to be played as Shiv Baba listened to what he's about to do, what he's about to say, and the greatness that is about to occur. Prem se bolo Shankar Bhagwan ki! Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. loudly and proudly, Prem se bolo Uma Parimahadev ki. And it is said, my dear devotees, as that child was seen by that mother, it is said that child rushed towards that mother and said, Ma, I stand before you because of your devotion. I stand before you because of the grace, the mercy of Shiv Baba. It is said, my dear devotees, seeing Shiv Baba standing in front of her, seeing her child who just a couple of moments ago she saw lifeless on that bed, seeing that child standing in front of her, it is said she put her hands together to Shiv Baba, and Shiv Baba looking at her, he said, Gushma, your penance, your puja, your devotion is like never seen before. I have answered your prayer. Gushma, the life of your child was taken by the one who you brought that child onto this earth for. The life of that child was taken by your sister who you would have loved and given everything for. Jealousy filled her heart from the moment this child was born, and she could not contain herself anymore, that doing a very sinful act, she took that child from you, disfiguring that body. She took pieces of that body and she placed it in this water that you do my puja of. Gushma, I will make her pay. I will never allow her to live happily again. And Gushma, my dear devotees, hearing the words of Shiv Baba falling at his feet, you know what she said? Hearing that her sister was the one who took the life of that child, hearing that her sister was the one that placed pieces of that body into that water, so Gushma looked at Shiv Baba and said, Shiv Baba, forgive her. Forgive her. Imagine that. She just committed the most sinful act that a person can commit, the most cruel act. And Gushma said, forgive her. Sudeha was sitting meantime unable to understand how come Gushma didn't cry, how come Gushma was able to remain composed. Little did she know, Gushma immediately meditated her mind on Shiv Baba. Gushma, seeing the pain and sadness that her son was lying on that bed, she couldn't bear it, that she put all her thoughts to Shiv Baba, and Shiv Baba shielded her, Shiv Baba guided her and guarded her. And now Shiv Baba appeared before her. Sudeha didn't get the pleasure of seeing her sister in pain. She didn't get the pleasure of seeing her sister cry. But instead, her act caused her sister to find oneness with Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba standing there listening to the words of Gushma, he said, okay, if you wish for me to forgive her and spare her life, I will. Ask for whatever it is you wish and I will give you. And Gushma said, Shiv Baba, if you appear before my sister, all her sins will be removed. All her sins will be removed. But I want you to bless me with this instead. Not only do I want you to forgive her, not only do I want her to atone for her sins and for her mistakes, but I want you to take my name, Shiv Baba. You have restored my son to me. You have blessed me with this child once more. I want you to take my name and manifest yourself in the form of a lingam on this lake. This lake that I would have done puja for you. This lake where my child would have been taken from me and where my child would have been given back to me. Take the form of a lingam, O Shivji, and bless all of devotees, including my sister, to be freed from the sinful acts they may have committed. Bless the devotees and protect the devotees that would pray to you in the form of my name. Shiv Baba looking at Gushma, he said, indeed, from now on, I will be known as the Gushmeshwara, Jyoti Lingam. Anybody who places their eyes on me, if they would have committed sins like your sister, will be forgiven, and I will always protect them. From today onwards, this lake that you did this puja on, this lake that you would have offered hundreds and thousands of lingams on, even in your moment of crisis, you ran to me. This lake will be known as a Shivalaya lake, where my worship will always be carried out. It is said, Shiv Baba blessing Gushma, he manifested in the form of that lingam. Gushma embracing her son, Sudeha, she came outside finally after trying to figure out how could Gushma not be broken. And when Sudeha came outside finally, she saw the son hugging Gushma, and she stood there absolutely shocked, stood there absolutely confused. And then in front of them, she saw a beautiful lingam of Shiv Baba. It was at that point in time she realized this child was brought onto this earth by Shiv Baba. This child was brought onto this universe by the grace of Shiv Baba, by the same prayers that she, Sudharma and Gushma prayed and did. This child was blessed by Shiv Baba. Nothing was going to happen to this child. It is said, Goshma, my dear devotees, at that point in time, hugging that child, seeing Sudeha came and started to beg for forgiveness. Goshma did forgive, but she showed her that lingam where she must atone for her sins, her mistakes, her cruel acts. My dear devotees, in this world that it is we live in, jealousy can happen to everyone and any one of us. Sometimes your own will jealous you faster than a person who may just see you from the outside, or who may just look at you from the outside. Sometimes it's the people who you love and who love you, or who should love you, are the people you have to be the most frightened of. Goshma would have never thought for a moment that her own sister would have been so bitter, would have been so jealousful, would have been so cruel. And watch what she did. Watch what she did. The same child that called her Ma was the same child who she took the life of. And even though Shiv Baba brought that child back to life, Sudeha had to live with what she did. She had to live with the sinful acts that she committed. You and I, my dear devotees, we make mistakes from time to time, but the mistakes we make, we have to live with it. We have to live with it. Shiv Baba is telling us, when you put your faith and your trust in Him, He will guide us, He will forgive us. But you must always trust in Him. Goshma could have easily been broken when she saw the body of that child lying lifeless on that bed. But what did she choose to do? She chose to immediately compose herself and think of God. She chose to immediately compose herself and think of Shiv Baba, and she rushed back to offer the lingams into that lake. In times of crisis, in times of pain, focus your mind on God. Focus your mind on God, and He will be your shield. He will be your protector. He will be your guardian. He will be there to shield you from all the pains and all the sadness of this world. All you need to do, like Goshma, trust in Him. And when you trust in Him, you will never walk on this earth alone. Prem se bolo Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai, Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. So with this in mind, we get set to offer our 108 bay leaves, and then we'll get set for our closing arti and our closing prayer. As I ask all of you to sit upright, remember the simple morals of the Katha tonight. Remember that a child, when you have that child, bless that child with compassion, honesty, independence, leadership, and devotion. Remember that that child can bring so much joy into your life. Remember that throughout this world that you live in, worry and doubt will come into your mind. The worry of yesterday, the current worry, and the worry of tomorrow. But never allow your life to be wasted away worrying about things that have gone and things that are not yet happening. Live your life in the present moment. And remember, my dear devotees, when you pray and you put God in your heart and in your mind, He will never abandon you and forsake you. As I ask all of you to sit upright for me as we get to chant Om Namah Shivaya. Chanting Om Namah Shivaya 108 times, we put all our love, all our devotion to Shiv Baba. If any one of us have made any mistakes at any point in time in our life, chanting that sacred mantra Om Namah Shivaya, may Shiv Baba forgive us and guide us and bless us. Hari Om. Om Tat Purushaya Virmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukkameva Bandhanam Mrityor Mokshayamamritat. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Avahayami Styapyami Dhyayami Pujami Pratigrahitam. Together we offer. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 By yourself. Om Namah Shivaya. Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om
Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. प्रेम से बोलो शंकर भगवान की जय. So with this in mind, आप लोग कराओ जाइए. Let us all stand for arti. Hari Om Yani Gani Javapani Janmandara Gritani Cha Tane Tane Vinashanti Prarakshamam Pare Pare. Jai Shiva Omkara Hare Shiva Omkara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Hare Shiva Omkara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Hare शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव अर्दङ्गितारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव अर्दङ्गितारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे कंसानन गरुडासन विश्वान साजे ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दसमुख अति सोहे दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दसमुख अति सोहे
त्रिगुण रूप निरखते
त्रिभुवन जन मोहे ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा गुण स्वामी जी की आरती
तो कोई न गावे कहत जीवन स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे
ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा हर शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा
हर शिवोंकारा
ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव अर्दङ्गितारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव अर्दङ्गितारा जय शिवोंकारा शिव ओंकारा, ओम जय शिव ओंकारा, हर शिव ओंकारा, ओम जय शिव ओंकारा, हर शिव ओंकारा, ओम जय शिव ओंकारा, हर शिव ओंकारा, ओम हर 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 महादेव, 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 हर 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 महादेव, ओम 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 सत्यं शिवं सुंदरं, ओम सत्यं शिवं सुंदरं, ओम सत्यं शिवं सुंदरं, ओम सत्यं शिवं सुंदरं, ओम हर 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 महादेव, 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 बोलो ओम हर 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 महादेव, 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 ओम हर 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 महादेव। जय शिव ओंकारा, हर शिव ओंकारा. Let us all put hands together, close eyes, bow hands. As we have come to the end of our little satsang for the night, we ask if we have made any mistakes, knowingly, unknowingly, we ask for forgiveness, guidance and blessing now and always. Hari Om Mandrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janaradanam Yarbhujatam Mayareva Paripuranam Tarastame Shiva Hare Shiva Ramas Ke Prabhu Trivirata Parivarana He Vibhu Ajajane Sharaya Dravapahimam Shiva Hare Vijayam Guru Meva Pratidinam Gushalam Jaya Mangalam. Together everybody, one voice, one family. Tvameva Mata Japita, Tvameva Jasaka, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva Mama Deva, Tvameva Sarvam, Tvameva Sarvam. Om Shanti, 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 Hare Om. प्रेम से बोलो गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की. Turn to those next to you and greet each other. Sita Ram. Please take your seats, my dear devotees. May Bhagwan bless each and every one of you for being here. Before I pass the Vayu to do two beautiful bhajans, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for accepting the invitation and gracing us with your presence. To the members of my group, boys and girls, thank you so very much to Suri, to Kavir, to my Mataji, to Vayu, to Vikash, and of course to my godson Veer. Thank you all so much. Devotees, until next time, Sabkoi, Sita Ram.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय नागेन्द्राय त्रिलोचनाय भस्माङ्गरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय सुध्याय दिगम्बराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय ॐ 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 नमः शिवाय कर्पूरघोरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं मुजगेन्द्रारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय, गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय, शम्भो शङ्कर नमः शिवाय, गिरिजा शङ्कर नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। पितुवात स्वामी कथा हमारी, पितुवात स्वामी कथा हमारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है, गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है। श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है, श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है। गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल गोविंद मेरो हे गोपाल मेरो हे श्री बाके बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो हे श्री बाके बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो हे जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल 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 जय जय राधा रमन 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 हरि बोल कृष्ण राधे 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 साई राधे 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 बंसी राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे साई राधे बंसी राधे 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 जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल 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 कृष्ण राधे 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 साई राधे 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 बंसी राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे साई राधे बंसी राधे 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 जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल 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 जय जय राधा रमन 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 हरि बोल